So what I'm going to be sharing with you in our time together is, number one, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the research that I and my colleagues at Potential Project have done that really talk about the leaders of the future, the leaders who are most successful, and how they are leaning in to this idea of doing hard things in a human way. I'm going to give you a formula, a little bit of a matrix where you can assess yourself, assess your organization on how well you are doing in terms of showing up with wisdom and compassion in your leadership. And then I'm going to give you a bit of an enabler. How do you actually start to create compassionate leadership for yourself and others? And of course, it wouldn't be fair if I didn't leave you with some quick tips, things that you can do to start today in building more compassionate leadership cultures for yourself. Are you in the right session? Wonderful. And if you haven't guessed already, I really like to engage with all of you. So if you have anything that you want to say, just let me know. We will get it said. I'm not going to wait till the end for your Q&A. I really want to make sure that we make this an engaging and live session together. So now that I've turned off the presentation, let's take a little bit of a recap of the last couple of years. And of course, this is just one representation of many things that all of us have experienced in one form or another. We've started out with a world pandemic crisis. We've pivoted to balancing being at home while still being at work. Most of us have also had to balance whether we have kids that we're schooling at home or parents or others that we care for. We've had social unrest. We've had political unrest. Now we also have global wars happening. And then the question is, what next? We all have the sense of heaviness in a way that maybe the other shoe, the third, fourth, fifth shoe, is waiting to drop. We recognize that change and challenge is going to be constant with us. Not just today, but for many, many days beyond. So my initial question to you, and this is where there's this audience participation bit, my first question to you is, in a world of continual challenge and uncertainty, what kind of leadership do we need to inspire and support our people? Just shout out your answer. Yes, sir. Proactive, adaptable, courageous, empathetic, transparent. Extra points for compassionate. Yes, thank you so much. Collaborative. Beautiful. Honest. Thank you. Supportive. Inclusive. Excellent. Available. Authentic. Say again. Resourceful. Wonderful. I was going to wait and see whether we were just going to do this for the whole hour, but you guys are coming up with some great ones, which I really appreciate. What's so interesting is that in all of these inputs, I didn't hear one person say ability to manage good spreadsheets. I didn't hear anybody saying anything that has to do with the old way of leadership from a management perspective. That old heroic leader who comes in and manages the culture from a real managerial perspective. That is dead. Because what we need today are leaders that are showing up with all of the things that you said. Authenticity, courage, inclusiveness, collaboration, empathy, and of course, compassion. So I and my colleagues at Potential Project, and just to back up a little bit, Potential Project is a global leadership development research firm. We operate in 28 different countries around the world. And we started a partnership with Harvard Business Review, as well as Forbes and others, to start to examine and research what are the qualities that leaders need to be successful in an ever-changing and challenging world. And so this is a multi-year study where we had one-on-one interviews with over 350 C-suite executives from some of the top global organizations. We collected over 1 million data points from leaders and followers. This is all based on research and data that we've collected with our academic partners from Harvard Business School, Columbia, Berkeley, and others. And ultimately, what came out of all this research is that what people need in times of challenge and uncertainty are leaders who are able to balance doing hard things while staying human. It's this idea of the hard part being very, very clear in the sense that we have courage to enter difficult conversations, candor to say what needs to be said, and transparency to make the invisible visible. Holding on to that while also balancing a sense of empathy, a sense of intention to be of benefit to others, and the willingness to be of benefit, which is another definition for compassion. And when we put these two pieces together, we are balancing being a leader who can be both hard and human, who balances candor with compassion, who's able to be confrontive, but do it in a very caring way, and is still focused on performance with empathy. We call this the both-and leadership. It's a false dichotomy to think that we need to only be focused on performance, only be focused on business imperatives, only be focused on the strategic priorities, and leave out the human part. Or if we over-index on the human part, and we're only thinking about the compassion and the care and what we're doing, how it's impacting others, then the business can suffer. So it's that false dichotomy that we are actually seeing. If we can balance care, compassion with clarity, we have real leadership that makes a huge impact. So modern leadership requires this ability to have genuine care combined with an intention to be of support, with the wisdom to be transparent and do what needs to be done. When we put these two things together, the impact is multifold. Yes, if you're a compassionate leader, you will have positive impact on your teams. Yes, if you are a leader that focuses with clarity and wisdom, you will also have positive impact on teams and culture. But our research demonstrated unequivocally that when we put these two pieces together, the impacts multiply by multifold. Job satisfaction goes up. Organizational commitment goes up. Job performance goes up. Decreased burnout goes down. Leader satisfaction goes up and job engagement goes up. So as you can see, both and here really has a major impact.